it doesn't matter if you're poor or if you're rich, or if you're somewhere in between. If you are on a hamster wheel, you are on a hamster wheel. And you are going absolutely nowhere. And if you are stuck, and if you tell yourself you are stuck, and that you have to keep running, then you're going to keep running. And you're going to keep running until your system collapses, until you die, or until you decide to just step off and walk out of the rat cage and fly. Because you aren't a hamster, and you aren't a rat. You are a bird, and a human, and an angel. Really, you are whatever you choose to be. And the point is to choose to be what God wants you to be. Because everything else is going to be like dysmorphic. Where am I getting all this? I am finishing up my time here in Taos, New Mexico, where I came to do a 2-week work trade. It was initially going to be 2 months, where I'd be doing some landscaping on this land, where I have this nice little sanctuary space. And have work. I have been working for a person who monetarily, I believe, is very, very wealthy. And I believe this is a person who does not need to work, who has all of the resources necessary to give herself space, give her children space, give her family space, to breathe, to cultivate inner stillness, to step off of the rat cage, of the hamster wheel. So many human beings who are in the hamster wheel are chasing this dream of, when I have X amount of money, then I can relax. When I have these resources set, then I can do the things that I want to do. I am witnessing the person who has these resources and they're not stopping. It's like there is an urgency to go nowhere fast. Now, this is not a criticism of this person, who I won't reveal, because this is not about this person at all. This is also witnessing all of the people that I've been interacting with, and realizing that in coming here to Taos, this is a place that I came to a year ago, when I was at a very different stage of my life. And here I'm getting paid hourly at a rate that is far lower than I've been getting paid doing poetry. And I said yes because I really appreciate this sanctuary space, this housing that I have as part of the deal. But I felt how I entered almost a state of regression, regressing back to old scarcity patterns, to old hamster wheel ways of being, and to be surrounded by people who are like going nowhere. And just in the perpetual grind and soul slaughterhouse of what feels like a demiurgic dream of the serpent devouring its own tail forever, not realizing that it's devouring its own self. Not realizing that it is entrapping itself in perpetual consumption as if that was the only thing possible. But here is the truth that I'm feeling into. Is that maybe for some people that is the only pathway that's possible because they don't see other pathways. They don't recognize the infinite power transcendent of the divine, both external and internal. They don't realize that they have free will, that they have the ability to pray, that they have the ability to choose their way out of their situations and to shed the layers. There are those who don't have that ability to see that layer of reality, or at least they're like turning a blind eye to it, and they're like, I'm good in this hamster wheel. I'm okay. I'm all right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Telling themselves, imposing spells on themselves. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the focus. I don't have the awareness, whatever it may be. There are then those as well, and I think we all eventually become these people. And I feel like I'm in this liminal transition between like, okay, I've been this person in the hamster wheel, and I no longer like can tolerate it. However slowly or rapidly I must evolve out of it and unfurl my wings, like I need to fly. I'm not gonna run in a fucking hamster cage my whole life. I fucking refuse. I cannot tolerate it. I will go insane. My body will collapse and I will die. That's what it feels like. And so there is an increasing number of human beings who aren't able, who no longer are compatible with this perpetual self-devouring, with this perpetual samsaric entrapment in demiurgic time. I'm calling in people who speak this language. Samsaric, samsara, demiurgic, demiurge, the Ouroboros consuming its own tail. Saturn, father time, devourer of children, the devourer of potential. We witness these parts of ourselves which squander the infinitude and magic and divinity of our human potential, of our dreams, of our ability to create, of our ability to prayerfully align our wills with God and to step into our divine nature. There is no other way. For those of us who came to embody that truth, to ground it into the earth, to form nodal networks of the resurrection, of the reclamation, of the awakening, of a stronghold against the demiurgic forces, against the amplitudes and amplifications of darkness, and of the devouring of childlike innocence in all of the ways. There comes a time when we have to shed the layers of resonance with the hamster wheel, with the demiurgic self-devouring, with the mutual extraction that is present all over the earth, and say, no, I can't operate like this, especially in a world where so much of our world is built on deceiving one another, whether that's on a really small level or on a very mass level. Like, just for example, if you go to the store and the beef says grass-fed on it or cage-free, it's like they are blatantly lying. Okay, maybe they gave it grass for the first 10 days of its life. But it's like, I'm talking about this energetic layer of deceit, like it has to be shed. And it has to be shed from within, because we all deceive ourselves by saying, like, I have to do things this way. I am powerless against this habit that keeps consuming me. I'm a little pissed off about this, actually. But I'm actually really grateful that it's been revealing itself. The beauty is that fundamentally, in the metaphysical nature of reality, there is a divine simplicity to stepping off the hamster wheel. Like, within the undefiled state of potentiality, of our innocence and of our magic and our divine potency, it's like, it's literally as simple as make the choice to be done with this. Walk away from it all and let it fucking burn down with the dying world, and rise like the phoenix from the ashes. And here we are in Libra season, and as the phoenix, like, have a more balanced form of existence, harmonious with life, harmonious with the winds and the breaths of God. Of course, it's easier said than done, because the conditioning in the layers of illusion appears to fucking be so strong and cling to our bones and to our nervous systems, and it's hard. It's hard. It's hard because it is rigidity. It is tension. And we melt hardness and difficulty and constriction and tension with intention and intentional softness. We go into the tension with a softening breath. So, there's probably more to come on this. Let's see. And if you find yourself in such a situation where, like, your life is just, like, say you have a boss at work who's becoming increasingly intolerable and increasingly frustrating, and, like, they're asking you to do more, and they're trying to take more of your time and energy from you, like, that is your reality trying to tell you like, hey, this is no longer gonna work. Either you explode or you softly decide like, all right, I'm done. And you call forth the assistance of God to create a new possibility for you, to co-create a new possibility with you, to walk. Yeah. And this is the process of alchemy. And this is the process of reclamation. And when you confront these parts of yourself within yourself, you're actually in the rippling interconnectedness of everything in the world, in the universe. You're actually clearing away collective karmic suffering. You're actually dissolving some of the dark presences and forces that are here enveloping the world, our earth, our children. You're deconditioning, shedding the layers, and allowing for consciousness to be more aligned micro, macro, cosmically with God. Which is all an invitation to like consider what are the things that you truly wish you had more time for? What are the things that truly make you feel the most alive? What are the things that you wish were the thing that you could spend the most time and energy on? For me, it's writing, it's being in nature, it's praying, it's meditating. And things along those lines. And I have been witnessing how sometimes I have less free time because I've been working here on this land, and so I'm tired from doing all this work. I've been moving rocks around the land. I really hope I'm recording. Because I'm tired, I don't have as much energy to pour into my writing, for example. I try to sit down and write, and it's like, this writing is kind of shit. So I need to clear the layer of putting all my time and energy into things that pay shit, and I need to be paid more closer to what I'm worth, which is infinite abundance. And so it's coming. Yeah, it's just a matter of doing it. The other side is like sometimes I have free time, and because I haven't like decided a clear direction and created a proper masculine structure for my time to flow, a lot of the time slips away. And like I tell myself, I'd love to spend all of my time writing, reading, meditating, praying. But there are focal points and stories and patterns of behavior that come back up to reveal themselves, to stand in the way. Where theoretically, so I'm going to Hawaii here pretty soon for a month and a half. And as far as I know, I'm going to have nothing but free time on my hands. And like technically I could just spend all of my days doing those things, which I'm talking. Reading, writing, meditating, praying, breathing, slow connection with nature. And there's going to be a lot of that. But if I fail to, one, create the structures to actually invite my will to pour into these things with clarity and purpose, then that's when it's really easy to fall into old habits, to maybe hear a story like, well, I don't know where I'm gonna live after the month and a half. I better like go spend 2 hours anxiously looking for what the next spot is gonna be, and then turn it into this worry avoidance spiral and things like that. I'm going too deep now. Regardless of the amount of free time that you have, regardless of the amount of energy, you have the power to do the things that you want to do right now. If you want to write, all you have to do is write. If you want to pray, all you have to do is pray. And all you have to do in order to do these things is set aside the time, choose, during this time, I am doing this, no matter what. No matter how shitty it is, no matter how great it is, no matter how your level of energy is. If you habituate your body every day at a certain time to do a certain practice, then it's going to know at 4 p.m. I enter the writing flow. And then it's going to come more naturally with practice. I didn't mean to ramble on about all these things, but it happened. And I'm okay with it. The last thing, oh my God, there's another whole fucking layer now. I'll make a video about it another time. I'm going to touch on it now, but I'm going to have to go in depth because I need to go to sleep. It's not that you're a hamster on a hamster wheel, that once you step off that hamster wheel, okay, no. Once you step off the hamster wheel, one of the stages is you realize, I'm not a hamster. I'm a human being. I'm a bird. I'm an angel. And there's another stage which belongs to each of these layers, which is like when you realize I am a bird, I am a human, I am an angel, and even maybe I am a hamster, you realize all of these beings are alive. Well, maybe not the angels necessarily. The hamster and the human and the bird are alive because they are water. Water is fluid. It is fluidity that softens the rigidity of time. And all of the places in which we are physically dehydrating ourselves by eating and consuming dehydrating food and dehydrating content. Water is life, is love, is emotions. If you are physically or spiritually or emotionally parched, that is when your body shrivels up, dries up, and rigidifies, solidifies, becomes hard. Wow, that was loud. Stiff. And when a tree doesn't have any water in it, and it dries up, and it becomes hard, that is because it is dead. And then you can just break the branches. So we must learn to rehydrate ourselves physically, emotionally, spiritually. All of these layers being interwoven and enmeshed. But we are here in these vessels, in these temple bodies. Our blood, which flows to our hearts, is made of water. Our cells are made of water. So you're witnessing and foreseeing a transition that is about to happen, that I'm feeling into in the transcendental aspect of time, where I am headed to Hawaii. And I'm going to be embarking on another 40-day fruit fast. And fruit is the ideal way of hydrating the vessel, of hydrating the body on the physical layer, to have the emotional and spiritual ripples when aligned with the mind, with the soul, with the entire sovereign self, reclaiming cellular and macrocosmic sovereignty. So, I'll leave it at that, because otherwise I'll go on and on. And it's not just water. It is fire. It is thumos. It is spirit. It is prayer. And it is earth. Earth. Look at this. Look at this. This adobe chimney. And it is breath. Whew. All of which converge elementally into magic. That's it. To be continued, maybe in Hawaii. I got a few days before I fly out. Infinite blessings to you, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.